into the Tempe area and you're playing, I want to know about it because I want to be able to come and see you guys in person. I've seen videos of you doing this song, and I definitely want to. I want to be there to see that because I just get the feeling that you're not just standing up there and playing a song. You are actually feeling it. You're telling the story. It's a part of you, and that definitely comes through in and not only in this, in some of your other music too. But tell us a little bit in the time we have. Tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, how you got to be where you are today.
All right, I'm an Anishinaabe Indian from northern Minnesota, and where I'm at today is actually on the southern shores of Red Lake, Minnesota. I'm getting ready to do a show at the Red Lake Nation College, and so how you get here, I think, is writing a song that becomes important to the people, and songs that become important are songs that are important to the people. So this song took meaning. It took it fulfilled a lot of criteria. Number one, it's entertaining the people, and not just this song, but songs should be philosophical. They should be spiritual and metaphysical. And so a lot of people would say, "Did you write that song about my mom's car, about my brother's car?" Somebody would say, "Hey, did you write that about my car?" And everybody's got their own point of view and ownership into it. And so I think that's a very traditional concept, letting people be part of something, be intrinsically part of it. And so I took native melodies and made it intrinsically part of the song as well. So it ain't just like singing ancient songs at the beginning of a song and at the end of it. It's interwoven throughout it. And I think by doing that, you can get to at some cruxes of things, like figuring out native melodies and things like that. You know, I had the privilege of meeting people like Jerry Garcia, who understood even the guitar works behind a native melody. And so things like that was kind of a bridge between the Western and the ancient world, or the pentatonic scale kind of things and the native singing. I think these bridges are so important musically. Also, they help you understand, and it helps create native musicians to become better musicians once they learn the music.
It's an excellent song in so many ways, and as you pointed out, bridging tradition with the contemporary life and the story it tells, and the way the story can be interpreted. You can interpret it from the Native American standpoint. You can interpret it from a lifestyle standpoint, and as John indicated, the way you've bridged true Native American music with popular music. It's really you've done a landmark. That's definitely your calling card. That song there, because it is really a good. I know I'm kind of raving over it, but I'm impressed with the song.
Well, you can hang your hat on it because it is a uniquely identifying song. And that's one of the things that I like about it. That is so hard to come by today.
I remember the Grateful Dead used to spin the album Circle at a few of the shows back in '94 and in '93 and things. And I had the pleasure of meeting Jerry Garcia, and we actually talked about music and Native American music. And he gave me these words of inspiration. He says, "Yeah, don't worry about it, Keith. Good music falls through the crack all the time. Your music falls through the cracks. Someday America's going to get it, man. Keep on working. Someday America will get it." And, I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely right there. Now, you've while we're name dropping, you'd mentioned to me that you had played with several different names that we're all familiar with. One of which is a group, Donna the Buffalo, and I know they just completed an album with Rob Fraboni at his studios down in San Antonio, and you got to tour with them a little bit too, didn't you?
Oh, they just did a Western swing. They're a band from not necessarily a Western swing in the style of music, but a Western swing in the style of tour dates. and they're originally from New York area, from the Ithaca, Trumansburg area, and so they did a date in Phoenix and a date in Tucson, and I've been such friends with Jeb and Tara and the whole band for so long, and I've always sat in with them, and they interpret some of my songs. Jeb plays bass with me sometimes and electric guitar in my festival band called the Wild Bison. And so it was a really fun union. And on the way down to Tucson, behind Picacho Peak, we managed to pull the Buffalo's tour bus off the road and went to the Saguaro National Park area.
Awesome,
and,
yeah.
We did a little nature hike, so you could imagine a rock band climbing near saguaros and hanging right beneath the Picacho Peak.
I would have paid to see that. I would have paid to see that. Yeah, I bet it would.
We even named a path there. We call it Buffalo Pass.
Awesome.
It Keith, was fun, and always playing music like that.
Great. Keith, I've got to interrupt because we've only got about 1 minute left. And in that time, I want you to tell the folks about this next song of yours that we're going to play, a thing called Shaking Ground.
Okay. I produced that and collaborated with the Peace Poets. They're a rap group from New York City, some young artists. And they framed up the chant parts, and I framed up the music and also the prophecy parts. The prophecy about living on the earth correctly, and we recorded it in Woodstock, New York, with Kevin Salem, and we had a few backup singers. One Bethany Yarrow, a few other singers that were just tremendous, and I think it's a great piece, and it's also a tribute to Patti Smith's Ghost Dance.
Awesome.
And some of the songs that we're hearing today, and it's definitely for the Mother Earth.
Awesome. Keith, thank you so much for coming and spending time with us, sharing your stories. And please come back and see us again. We'd love to talk with you some more, okay?
I thank you guys very much.
Great.
On and take care. Bye.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you, Keith. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Secola. This is Shaking Ground.
Akin Gabi Oshitamagoyan, the Anishinaabe have a prophecy of how we must live upon the earth. We must choose a path that will lead to a good life for all people. Akin Gabi Oshitamagoyan, we belong to the earth. Time, we'll be given the choice of two roads. One is green and lush, and one is dark, black, and charred. We must move or be destroyed.
Ground is shaking 'cause all the nations have come to say this land is native and we protect the
indigenous eclipse. Stand a rock, got the whole spot lit. I wanna spit with the spirit of the water. I wanna fight with the heart of the Oblata. And I got history flowing in my lifelines. Raise fist, humble heart, in the right mind. Y'all know the right line. Let me hear my people say, stop the pipeline.
Stop the pipeline.
Standing rock, raise a voice high up in the sky. Till the rain coming down, wash away all the lies. Feel the pain of the land when you look in our eyes. Knowing we take a stand, but the truth's gon' rise. We wise, got the elders, we live. Here to tell you we here. Steady building, we rock this for our children. Come together with a vision for a better day. Hands high, let me hear you say.
The ground is shaking 'cause all the nations have come to say this land is native and we protect
Living in Flint, drought in California. Oh, you flow in, not in North Dakotas. Can't trust a constitution full of contradictions. This is never your land. Y'all been out your jurisdiction. Can't stop us when we gather, hear our voices join in. We don't want your dirty money or our children's water poison. See beyond greed, grow seeds to feed another. Give the Black Hills back and respect our sacred mother. Give the Black Hills back and respect our sacred mother. Give the Black Hills back and respect our sacred mother.
Stolen ground incubation, the black snake grown, whites chained to their own ways, black snake moan. The ground shifted, so much blood in this nation. Look like red wine trying to punch through the pavement. Why build a pipeline, give you every rhyme reason? Ain't talking about the whacking of the changes in the seasons. Ain't talking about the reservation kidnappers, neither no alarm. The priced up the pipes, just an arm.
Peace poets from the belly of the beast. In New York, felt the shaking in the streets. It breached like a tree, breaking the concrete. Heard the cries of our mother in the sleep, saying black snake lying through his teeth. Mankind sowing what it reaps, but we listen to the sacred courage and patience. Protecting this earth is true liberation.
The ground is shaking 'cause all the nations have come to say this land is native and we protect the water and we honor the land. The ground is shaking 'cause all the nations have come to say this land is native and we protect the water and we honor the land. And we protect the water and we honor the
In the prophecy, the people decide to take neither road, but instead to turn back and reclaim the wisdom of those who came before. If they choose the right road, then the seventh fire will light the eighth, an eternal fire of peace, love, for all people, all life. If we make the wrong choice, then destruction they brought with them in coming to this country will come back to them and cause much suffering and death to all of the earth's people. In the sky, I am flying. In the sky, I'm alright.
Thank you very much. That was Keith Secola. What a great song that was, too. Shaking ground, you can feel it. I love the Native American show, and I love having Native American artists on as often as we can because they have such great artists and such great music. I love to bring the Native American music to all of you listeners out there. Like, for example, right now, our very next guest is going to join us, and that is a gentleman we've had on the show in the past. His name is Jan Michael Looking Wolf, and Jan Michael teaches Native American flute at Oregon State University. And I keep my fingers crossed that I pronounce these names correctly. He's an enrolled Kalapuya Native American. His great-great-grandfather is Chief Joseph Sangretta of the Santayam Kalapuya people, who have a rich history spanning some 14,000 years, with territories that include the Corvallis area. And Sangretta himself was a singer of the Willamette Valley Treaty, or rather a signer of the Willamette Valley Treaty, which relocated the Kalapuyas to the Grand Ronde Reservation in the mid-1800s. And we mentioned that Jan Michael teaches a Native American flute at Oregon State, and he has many